Oh, hey. Welcome to Hand on the Door. This is an actual play Delta Green podcast. I'm Sam. I'm the GM, and this is an original campaign I wrote myself. I also do all the sound production and compose and perform all the music. My players are two of my best friends, Jimmy and Patrick, who's also known as Maisie, and my partner Aubrey. We've been playing together for the better part of a decade and wanted to record this campaign. We're playing Delta Green mainly rules as written, but we do have some of our own house rules we incorporate. Specifically, 69 is always a critical success, and it's sad inversion. 96 is always a critical failure. We also use the luck mechanic from Pulp Cthulhu, so players can spend luck to pass rolls at a 1-for-1 cost, or spend 30 luck to survive a situation. We've also been trying to use the term grip in place of sanity, but don't always succeed at that. The game itself takes place in New Mexico in 1998, and we recorded some intro scenarios so that we could feel out the characters. Eventually I'll release those as well. Our story picks up a few months after one of the characters, FP, experienced a strange and deadly event in a cave outside of Albuquerque, in which he lost a lot of his friends, but was rescued by the two other characters, Thaddeus and Truman, who then indoctrinated him into F-Cell. This is a horror podcast, so there will be psychological and body horror as well as explicit content, so it might not be for everyone. With all of that, welcome to Hand on the Door.
Sam, tell me to roll some dice.
I'm just letting you guys tire yourselves out. I'm letting you guys tucker yourselves out.
All right, let's start. Let's go. What are we doing?
Okay, so,
where are we? Who are we?
My God. You all become so demanding.
I've started a Word document.
Yeah, you guys probably should actually take notes and maybe participate. Thank you.
I'll tell you.
Don't tell me what to do.
I did keep notes from my intro story, and I looked through them, and I have no idea what the hell I was talking about.
Let's introduce ourselves.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sam. I'm the GM, and I'm a Taurus.
My character's name is Thaddeus Main. He is 51 years old. He's a wildland firefighter. He's been in Delta Green for about 10 years now. I am 6 feet tall. At this point, I'm probably 220. I'm kind of a big dude, a little bit of a beer belly. I've definitely got COPD. I'm kind of like a pink puffer, if you can imagine. I've got my rescue inhaler with me, and I'm sort of just like a cowboy, like an old cowboy-ish. I'm from Idaho, from Chalice, Idaho.
What are you wearing normally?
What am I wearing? I'm usually wearing a pair of cargo pants that zip into shorts, a pair of hiking boots, and some type of t-shirt I got at a thrift store, like a Goodwill. So probably right now I'm wearing one that's like a Billabong t-shirt or something.
Hell yeah.
That's tucked into my belted pants, and maybe a baseball hat.
What kind of hair do you have?
I'm balding, definitely. I'm like gray hair, balding, kind of the ring.
Got it.
And I've got a
5
o'clock.
The ring is cool.
Yeah, I've like 5 o'clock shadow all the time.
Getting heavy Bill vibes from
Bill.
King of the Hill.
No, I'm a bit more like, I'm tall and I'm a lot larger than Bill.
Okay.
Because I'm like 6 foot, 200 something pounds.
Okay.
So you're like a giant Bill.
Yeah, kind of a giant Bill.
Big Bill.
But more of like
Big
less
Bill,
of like a
Snake.
little bitch than Bill is, though.
Yeah, Bill's a little bitch.
Yeah, no, I'm very like gruff.
Okay.
Grandpa. Well, I guess I'm only 51. Older dad vibes. But I don't
Had your
have any
first kid
kids,
when
and
you were 18 and had grandkids when you were 26.
Oh no, I'm a closeted gay man.
Okay.
8 years old. 18 to 26.
Yeah, that's a shorter interval than I thought. I was just ballparking it.
You definitely did not ballpark correctly.
So that's Thaddeus. And I go by Thaddeus. Never shorten the name. Always Thaddeus.
Have you told people your name, or do you have an agent name?
Agent Fredrickson.
So I will be Truman Q. Lavelle. He's a forensic pathologist. Works and trained at the University of New Mexico. He's super skinny. I wrote down the descriptor, worm-like. He has shoulder-length blonde hair. Yeah, super smart, kind of OCD. I'm imagining him like in black Dockers, short sleeve button-up, trying to look cool about it. Like maybe has like a black pea coat or something that he was like, yeah, this seems about right for the 90s. This like back hair.
Does he have a pocket protector?
No. Like he's not like intending to be a nerd. Like he's trying to look cool, but like is like real intent
Kinda
on like saving
like
for
Rivers
retirement.
Cuomo type,
Yeah.
buttoned up all the way to the top.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's been trying to not be Fruman like ever since that mission. But like it has just like perpetuated. And so he's like been like, I'm Agent Firefly, I'm Agent Freedom, I'm Agent, and has like tried all these others, and everyone's like, no. Like
You're Fruman.
Fruman.
Yeah, I imagine Fredrickson just continues to call him Fruman no matter what.
Oh, yeah, no question.
You guys had met and gone on a couple things.
Yeah,
prior.
we knew each other like for a couple years at least.
And you had made up F-Cell.
Yeah.
So my name is Robert Reed. I am a drug dealer. I primarily deal in stimulants and illicit alcohol, but I'll sell basically anything. I'm fairly nondescript. I try to kind of, not stand out too much, because that's always convenient when you're selling drugs. I'm like 5'10", 185, 190 pounds. I wear either blue jeans or track pants, like the black Adidas pants with the like white stripes down the sides.
Hell yeah.
Tracksuit? All right.
Yep. I never wear a track suit, just the pants.
Track pants. Okay.
And usually, because I'm from the Southwest where it can be hot in the days and cold during the night.
They're the snap-off ones.
Yes. Yeah. I
They're
didn't think about that.
Shorts
But yeah,
underneath.
he totally wears snap-off ones with shorts underneath.
So 2/3 of the cell have all weather clothing, because you have the zip-off cargo pants.
Yeah, I have zip-off cargo pants.
So I got my tear-off pants, and I usually wear a t-shirt, typically with some kind of glam rock, arena rock band logo on it. And then I wear like a thick flannel over that, but not buttoned. It's always unbuttoned because I want people to see the logo.
The like White Snake or whatever logo.
Yeah. Yeah. So I joined up with the cell, what Sam, like 4 to 6 months ago?
Yeah, I think so. And I guess up to you guys how you want any of that to be. What I have for...
We need Jimmy's agent name. Agent...
Fake Pliskin.
Fake one word or two?
2.
Fake Pliskin.
Wait, sorry, say it again. I heard Flake Pilston.
No, so essentially,
That's what I typed.
Because my nickname is
Right.
Big Snake.
I followed.
That in all the drug world, that's how everyone knows me, as Big Snake. And so I wanted to be cool and draw on my like 80s pride. And I wanted to be called Snake Pliskin, but I didn't understand how Delta Green names work.
Yeah. So 2/3 of the agents could not figure out how Delta Green names in this cell. Where is everybody living now?
I was just imagining like Breaking Bad, sort of just like an RV, sort of like out in the middle of the desert, and sort of like, I don't know, like tucked behind like a little like rock ledge or something, so that way people wouldn't know. And then like I'm just kind of like guessing that we probably have like very mild, like we buried a shipping container to use as like our green box.
My kind of thought was that you guys have the RV over a hole in the ground that like then you guys can, it's like a shipping container that you guys like dug up, like had somebody bury basically, and like you guys get access to it through the RV. So it's like a little bit of a base.
Yeah. And Thaddeus, he technically still has, I think at this point his mom has died. He still has his mom's house in Idaho where he goes occasionally, but mostly he lives out of like an Astro van type situation. He just drives around.
Yeah. So I guess I would view Snake as probably like he hasn't left that place in like however long it's been. Like maybe you guys like took me there after you picked me up, and I've just been there for like
couple months, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that Thaddeus has also been there because he would not trust FP to be there alone. And he doesn't really have anywhere else to be. It doesn't have any family or anything. So he's like, well, we're staying here.
Fruman definitely has like an apartment like kind of close to like city center or like the university hospital, and it's like probably like dork gaming pad. He has like one of those like race car chairs and like his monitor set up, and he like built his own computer, and
yeah, that's
lots of blue light happening.
Yeah, there's like several samurai swords like on the wall.
33406388N 106285117W.
There is a black nothingness, a complete absence of light, color, sight, smell, and touch. Only a faint whistle. Soft at first, it sounds like wind howling through a distant mountain range, but as the volume increases, you can hear hundreds of voices wailing at once. Trying to pick out individual voices is impossible, but you can pick out flashes of young men, or an older woman, or maybe even a child here and there. The volume gets intolerably loud, reaching a crescendo where you can feel your eardrums vibrating. The tissue stretched to its absolute limit, deforming. Then it stops, leaving a terrible phantom ringing as the only sensory input in the total blackness. White text appears. Prologue, Memorarium. We open on a shot of a beat-up white and turquoise RV, the Georgie Boy Pursuit model, sitting in a remote area of the New Mexican desert. The sun is rising over the Sandia Mountains, lighting up the Georgie Boy with a purple-gold hue. Outside of the RV, there's what looks like a fire pit left over from the night previous. Multiple folding chairs circle around the fire pit, and a decrepit picnic table sits outside the RV. A seeming nest for transients. Underneath this scene, large white block letters appear at the bottom of the screen that say October 4th, 1998, somewhere east of Albuquerque. The wind picks up, whistling through the area, and the sound of a paper rustling becomes apparent. The camera zooms in on the RV door, where an unaddressed envelope attached to the door is fluttering. New text appears at the bottom of the screen. History is a people's memory, and without a memory, man is demoted to the lower animals. Malcolm X. 3 men in various states of disarray stand outside the RV, staring at this fluttering envelope, staked to the door. What do?
I grab it.
What are you going to do with it? Take it inside?
I think I just open it.
So inside is a floppy disk to put in the computer, and there is a note regarding the University of the Southwest in Hobbs, New Mexico. C-Cell says this breakthrough is suspicious. Check it out for us. Report back. Signed, Agent Eggert.
Wait. Breakthrough, break-in.
Breakthrough. There is some information about a Dr. Egon Springfield, including a picture of Egon Springfield. He definitely has Egon Spengler's hair from Ghostbusters. You see kind of a nerdy, skinny, with the curl in the front, nerdy, skinny
like
guy with glasses.
Air tube.
Yeah, it's like truly like a tube. But a nerdy, skinny guy with glasses and a white coat smiling for a picture. It looks like maybe it was like Xeroxed from the University of the Southwest like college brochure or whatever. There's a brief history. He is a PhD in biochemistry. He got his PhD at Columbia University, actually prestigious university.
And what's this guy's name again?
Egon Springfield.
He has a PhD in biochemistry from Columbia.
Yep. And he did like a postgrad in a lab, and then weirdly enough ended up at University of the Southwest. Does anybody know about the University of the Southwest at all?
Nope.
Cool.
Me personally, no.
Excellent. We're going to say your characters probably don't really either.
Is there any way that they live locally in New Mexico and they have no idea about this?
Easily.
Okay.
We're talking about a 1,000-person college. So I guess you may have seen it. If you live locally,
you probably would know something about it.
You may have seen a commercial on TV. How about that?
Academician.
Yeah. So I think at most, I think Fruman would have some idea that it exists, is maybe that. You know what I mean? Like maybe you've heard that name or something.
But like have never
but
thought
no idea what
twice
it
about
actually is. Yeah, or anything like that.
I have probably sold pot to kids who go there.
Yeah, I would
Sure.
agree with that. There's probably like people.
I have never heard of it. I
Right.
couldn't give a shit less.
Yeah, there's probably no reason for you to. So it gives you basically this guy's resume, and I will tell you overall, this guy's resume is unimpressive. It seemed like he did something where he got into Columbia University, did some postdoc work, and then all of a sudden kind of fell off the map.
And now he's at University of Southwest and has made some discovery.
Some breakthrough. Yes. And
Does it say what it is?
no, it says, please see floppy.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
And then it says, please erase floppy after you're done with it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
And it gives you it points at the magnet. And then,
I shoved the disc into the drive and click on all the images.
no.
Yeah, I think you're the youngest, or I don't know who's.
Oh
the
yeah, how old is everybody?
51.
51.
I'm old.
It's what, 9? You said it's 98, 70?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or late the 60s?
That's what I was thinking. It's late 60s or early 70s. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So FP puts the floppy disk into the compy.
When the computer kind of whirs to life, QuickTime pops up, right? And it's like somebody has transferred a VHS recording of a local news station of Hobbs, New Mexico. And it's kind of like that, like it starts off with like the black and white, like fuzzies. And it's like as if like somebody's like VHS recorded and put it on QuickTime. There is a woman interviewing a man that you recognize as Egon Springfield.
Mm-hmm.
And she is saying,
So there's been a breakthrough here.
and he kind of like nods. His cheeks are a little red. He looks a little embarrassed by, being interviewed on TV. And she says,
It sounds like this may totally revolutionize protein interactions and biochemistry in general.
it cuts over to this voice, over, and the voiceover is like,
Protein folding has been an aspect of biochemistry and biological life sciences that scientists have not been able to figure out. But our own Dr. Springfield was able to find out through computer programming that,
and then it kind of trails off into that he's basically discovered a way to control protein folding at a level that's never been seen before. And then it's like,
the applications are numerous. We'll see people designing medications around this. We'll see engineering feats accomplished.
and, kind of drones on, and then it cuts off.
I mean, protein is like eggs and meat and shit, right? This guy's folding sandwiches? Is that what's happening?
I think I just look over at Fruman. Hey, Fruman, what do you make of this?
Fruman has like already gone and like restarted the video and is like sort of like leaning over the computer, like brow furrowed.
Yeah.
Is he getting sort of like I guess why is he picking up on like what about this? Is he just like, why does Delta Green care about this?
No roles or anything. What you would know is that the impact of what this person is doing compared to the resources that they have access to is like wildly different, right? Like this person is doing like a combination of like computer sciences and like biologic life sciences and like biochemistry and kinetic work. And like you're talking about a college with 1,000 people that go to it, right? And this guy's resume dropped the like fuck off. And what his PhD was in biochemistry, and it was tangentially related to things, but it's not like his thesis was in, computer programming and how to, affect protein folding. It was definitely like some plant, like life sciences bullshit that like didn't look like it was going to go anywhere. And in fact, when you look through his resume and the 3 papers that he has published, none of which are first author, you can see that there's just no shape to this, right? It does not make sense that he would be able to do this, especially because he hasn't published in like at least 8 years. I think you would know immediately what has raised the hackles is that this is highly, highly suspicious that something else is going on. And the fact that then there's like 3 other QuickTime movies and it's like progressively higher levels of newscasters. So first it was Hobbs, right? And then it was like the area, the region. And then it was like the whole state reporting on it. And then there was like a national reporting. And it's over like 3, 4, 5 days about a giant breakthrough that like other scientists are lauding and like all this stuff. So you would see just like how this discrepancy is super, super wide for what he would be able to do.
Well, protein folding affects everything in life and sort of the ability to, fuck up people's brains. That mad cow stuff that was out a couple years ago is like protein misfolding. And so if someone can say they could control it, this is just fucking wild. And I mean, to do it at this shithole, like, I don't know, that doesn't make sense.
What would you need to look into this? Like, what type of equipment?
This has never been done. Like, everything is based off of the order that you put the chemicals in to have them fold in a specific direction, and just to be able to use a computer to say, do it this way is unheard of.
Okay.
And I'm assuming the fact that we're looking into it is they're not using human technology to do this. It's something occult or something we just don't understand. Alien?
Right. So this guy is making burger patties out of alien technology that start with mad cow, but he's turning them into something other than mad cow.
Yeah, it's the long and short of it.
Thank you,
Right.
FP.
Just like rolls his eyes.
I think I'm like, I get it now. I'm like, I'm warming up to FP.
I'm not any dummy. I understand words.
I'm like, all right.
He's like,
so
walks off whistling the Incredible Edible Egg song.
I'm like, all right. We got the internet on this thing here, right, Fruman?
Yeah, of course.
Can we like look up this? We have a CV, I guess. Can we look up this University of the Southwest? Like, kind of see do they have a website or something?
Truman pulls up universityofthe.geocities.com.
.livejournal. And what you see is that it's a very small Christian college. It has listings of like what it offers and teachers for like those courses. And you can see that the only course that Dr. Egon Springfield teaches is biochemistry through the eyes of faith.
Biochemistry through the laws of
Through
faith.
the eyes of faith.
And I think...
And they're all that way. No, they're not all that way. They definitely have like a biology program. They also have a chemistry program. They have like a fledgling computer science program. But I think what you guys would see is they're a step up, especially Fruman would see it's like a step up from community college, right? Like if you got your bachelor's from here, you're not going to be able to like, obviously like go somewhere else. You're not going to like move on to a PhD program anywhere else because there's just nothing here kind of. And the vast majority of the degrees that are offered are like theology, like animal husbandry, like these things that are like very like more technical kind of like useful fields.
Hey, nerd, what equipment do I need for this protein thing? I mean, like, do I need a gun? Do I need a meat cleaver? Tell me what to bring.
I'm like, FP, we've talked about this. Don't call him nerd. He's very sensitive to that. I feel like nudge him. I'm like,
I mean, you've seen Animal House, right? Like those kids were losers, but they were the heroes of the show. Nerds are cool now, right? If I've got my trajectory right, in another like 7 years, nerd stuff's gonna be cool.
I do like one hand like on the like mouth of FP, and I go, "Hey kid, quit while you're ahead."
Partner, tell me what to do, man. I've been shooting my guns and doing my chops with the axe. There's protein, meat involved. I probably need my axe, right?
Truman just walks out of the RV.
I'm going to take that as a yes. And then I go get my axe and some handguns.
I'm like, hey, FP. Hey, I'm like, FP. What kind of drugs do you have down there?
I mean,
do you have like weed, like anything that's not hard drugs?
I've got LSD. I've got ludes. I've got benzos.
Ludes, huh?
Stimulants.
Okay, keep going.
And opiates. Got some heroin. What do you want?
Weed. Do you have weed?
Yeah.
Okay. Bring it with us. That could prove useful to some college students. I don't know that. And maybe some stimulant. Do you have like Adderall or Ritalin or whatever is around in 1998?
Yes, I have the stimulants of 98.
Okay, bring the stimulants of 98 and weed. We can
Perfect.
potentially use that as something to barter for information.
I'm going to bring some lewds because it's always good to be able to knock people out.
Okay.
And I'm also going to bring some LSD because it's always good to be able to sort of convince people they're seeing more than what they're seeing.
Sure. Whatever you think is appropriate, but just bring the
I got
stimulants
it,
and
yep.
the weed from my standpoint. Thank you.
Done deal. I'm also going to bring my meat cleaver for all these proteins.
Yeah, I think it's going to help unfold them. Thank you.
Definitely.
And I shuffle off and like climb down the ladder into the box.
And I open the door and I go, Fruman.
This fucking guy.
I know.
Every
Just
goddamn time.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance. I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Ugh. It's like, fine, he can come. Is he getting drugs, at least?
Yes. We're many different kinds, more so than what I asked for, but whatever.
All right, just get some shit to tempt the college students. It's whatever.
Yeah. Is there anything specific? Is there something specific that we have that you want us or that we need to bring? Can we?
I figure that he's like figured out a way to like change whatever car that they're driving in a Isuzu Rodeo, maybe.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
He has an Isuzu Rodeo. He had already gotten like when he saw like you guys fucking around with like the envelope, he's like, we're gonna go do something. He had like already gotten his chainsaw and like he had like retrofitted so it like slides along like the side door so he can like just put it in the trunk and just have it like slide along the side.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, so that definitely comes like everywhere he goes with now. And then he like has always carried a pistol at this point ever since the last.
Yeah. What's our cover?
Truman, I'm sorry. I'm just dealing with some shit, and I'm sorry. I'm in it. I'm trying to do the things. Okay. I brought the stuff that you told me to bring plus some extra, so I'm prepared.
Fucking pig, get in the car.
I'll drive. I'm driving. I don't trust either of you fucks to drive.
Yeah, it's probably wise. I might have taken a hit of that weed while I was down.
Yeah, I know shit. You reek of it.
This is stressful.
Fruman begrudgingly like gives up the like his keys and like tosses them to you, and then like gets in and like pulls out like his Discman and like puts the tape into the tape player, flips open the Discman, and puts in.
You got Hootie on there? You got Hootie?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Fruman, how are you gonna spin this? What are you gonna say?
What do you mean? I'm from the medical school, from the larger institution. Like we want to go collaborate, and like I think that we probably like between DG and then sort of my contacts as we set something up like officially to go talk to this dude.
I'm like, all right, I just want to make sure that you were okay with that plan. That was what I was thinking, but
you just need to fucking keep your dumb from, because like,
this
is he your cameraman? Is he like, what the, like, why would he be here as our dumb postdoc?
Oh yeah, just leave him to me. That's fine. I'll figure it out. I'm like 51 on a college campus.
Well, you could be like you could be like the lab manager or something. Yeah. For our lab.
I set my birth date as July 16th, 66. I would have been 4 years old when the moon landing happened, which means currently, as of the game date, I'm 32. Can I roll for Babyface to see if I can pass as a college student?
Yeah. Roll 50-50?
Yeah, luck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys all have a luck score, right?
Yeah. 69, baby.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah. If you don't, give yourself roll your 3d6.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a luck score. Wait, what? How do we do the luck? Wait,
3 6 times 5.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
65.
70, and I spent a luck.
Okay, 65. And then I need to roll a luck to see if I pass Babyface.
Yep.
Yeah, I passed Babyface. So I'm like, you guys go do your science stuff. I'll like use my Babyface to pretend that I'm like a local college student. I'm just going to kind of distribute my stuff and
100%.
Yeah, I kind of figured he would
that.
just go out on his own and kind of, he seems to understand people better than you or I do. So
Yeah, man. I mean,
Fruman's kind of, he's like, what?
I'm like,
Fruman just points and is just like confused. He's like,
That guy.
this works.
Fruman, when's the last time you interacted with anyone outside of academia or myself?
we just talked like 30 minutes ago.
Shut up, FP.
Okay. Sorry. I'm just gonna shut down, focus, get my game face on.
He just turns up the 9-inch nails as FP's voice. Yeah.
Hey, Fruman, you got any hit parade? You see that issue where Marilyn Manson had the ribs removed?
Jesus.
I'm like, God, what? What the hell are you guys talking about?
And had to have a stomach pump from all of the jizz that he swallowed.
Jizz? What?
Jism?
It's like jazz. It's like jazz, but like the new version of jazz. And then I kind of like rib Truman.
I'm like, I just shake my head. I'm like, I don't want to know.
Do you know how long it is from Albuquerque to this Hobbs place? 5 hours.
Oh, shit.
I didn't really look that up because I guess I wasn't thinking. I mean, you guys are outside of Albuquerque, but it's still like a 4-hour drive. Yeah, it takes you guys like 4 hours. You guys are going to see, basically, there's an hour drive on the highway, and then you drop downwards. And guess where you go through? Roswell, New Mexico.
Roswell that ends well.
You guys roll up to Hobbs, New Mexico. It's a small town. And the college is kind of its own area. I'm going to give you a map of the college. Hobbs, New Mexico has about 40,000 people. So it's actually like not terribly close. That's wrong. Hobbs, New Mexico at that point probably had about 25,000 people. But still, it's like in...
Yeah, not tiny.
Like not tiny. The college is off to the northeast. And the college landscape is separated from the New Mexican backdrop by like a thick circular forest of evergreen trees. It's like 150 acres maybe. Inside the circle, the campus is divided into 2 sections that are separated by even more thick evergreen forestry. So the south half of the circle is like the main campus where the labs are and where you're going to meet Springfield. And then there's like a big church. While the northern half is the faculty living quarters filled with mansions and then this large man-made lake. There's only one way between the two halves. It's a single road leading from the main campus past the church, through the thick forest line, past the lake, and finally into like the mansion area. What I imagine you guys do is just take a run around the college to get a sense of what's going on there. Yeah, so Hobbs has like a hotel area if you guys wanted to stay in a hotel somewhere near there. Otherwise, Hobbs has got like a Walmart and maybe a couple other, couple gas stations. It's not like huge, but there's a good amount of people there. So what's like the game plan, I guess?
Yeah, I like pull up. I see the first like cheap motel. I'm like, all right, we're staying here. I'm going to get us 2 rooms, 3 rooms, whatever.
Sure. Yeah. Fruman, why don't you give me a, what do you want to do? Give me either a bureaucracy or a charisma or persuade or I guess, fuck it, even medicine if you wanted to.
Not charisma, bureaucracy, charisma.
Any of those will work but they'll color the way that you are interacting with this phone call.
Biology.
Yeah, biology's fine too.
The 21 on a 60.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So pick up the phone. Hello, this is the Springfield Lab, and many others, but it seems to be people only want to talk about the Springfield Lab. Biology department.
Hi, Dr. Lavelle, University of New Mexico. I'm an associate professor of the School of Medicine. Is Dr. Springfield available?
He's not. He's pretty busy right now. But are you could leave a message. How can I help you with him? He's extremely busy right now.
Well, as the flagship institution of the state, I'm looking to expand sort of the number of institutions that we collaborate with, and was hoping that he would be interested in doing this, given his recent rise to prominence and new breakthroughs. And I'd like to set something up. I would imagine that he would love the access to fundings that we would be able to provide, and
Yeah, that'd be great. Actually, most people have been just trying to talk to him from the news, and my God. But yeah, I think he'd be very interested in that. Could we maybe set up something for tomorrow? And she's like, you can hear her kind of like scribbling, looking through pages. Maybe tomorrow at 1. Would that work?
yes, that'd be great. Give us the location and we'll be there.
And she tells you that he's on the main campus, gives you his, room 253C. If you want to come and if you want to bring, your lab group or really any anything really, he'd probably be pretty happy to talk to somebody who's a scientist. He's a scientist at his core.
I think everyone's very interested in him. Just, what's your general take?
Dr. Springfield's a good man. Yeah, he's done a lot for the university. None of us really thought, I guess, that he would have the breakthrough, but and you can tell she pauses, is thinking about how puzzling it is, and then is like, but we're all very proud of him. We're very happy for him to be here. So he's a good guy.
All right. Does he have anything that he's known for liking?
Oh,
Glowworms, Mountain Dew, Scotch.
well, we don't allow alcohol on the campus, but
Tape.
Scotch tape. Yeah,
Some people are really enamored.
He does love a good Scotch tape. So you have an appointment then tomorrow. It took you guys about 4.5 hours to get there. So you leave, we'll say at 3 p.m. You're going to get there at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. So you're in the town of Hobbs at 8 p.m.
I'm like, all right, I don't know what you guys are going to do. I'm going to find a bar. I just like at the Super 8 where we're at, I look around and go,
Yeah,
that one.
There's for sure a bar.
Yeah.
It's like Jimmy's Steakhouse.
And then I look at FP. I'm like, do you just do drugs or you drink?
Depends on what's needed. I think tonight I'm in the mood for some light B&E. And
Well, like, okay, well, let's just get a beer. How about that? Does that sound okay? Can you handle that?
oh, yeah, I mean, I can.
He gives you like the wide open eyes, like, you sure?
The waitress comes over and is like, "Oh, hey, what?"
I'm telling you, if I'm going to, ma'am, give me a second.
I'm
Can
like,
you-
I'll take a Lone Star, please.
Can you earmuffs? If I'm going to do some light B&E, 2 is too much. 1's not enough. I need a 1.5 with some water. On earmuffs. Woodford Reserve, not a double, a 1.5, and a glass of water, please. And I will tip you. And I rifle through my pockets and I just pull out like loose cash because I'm a drug dealer. So I just have I'm not sure how much this is, but there's at least 2 5s and a 10 in here. She's buying, but this is your tip.
Oh,
I'm like, sorry.
Okay. All right. And what can I do for the young man over there?
Do you have a wine cooler?
B&J's okay?
Yep, I love BJ's.
Don't we all? And she ribs you. Okay. Well, I'll be right back with those drinks.
Truman, I think she was.
FP, what's your idea of what we're gonna do? What do you want to do tonight?
I mean, you guys do whatever you need to do. Regardless of whatever happens, in about 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to wander over to the college. I'm going to find a way into the admissions office. I'm going to cross-reference people who took Egon Spangler's class with people who take philosophy classes. Because, for some reason, my brain is telling me, my special intuition says that those people are probably into some weird shit, right? Because who takes science and philosophy? And then I'm gonna try to track those people down. And
Is there anything you need like help with in that situation?
I mean,
Probably
always
need like a
helpful-
lookout.
Yeah, to have a lookout. Yep.
Okay.
I know you kind of have a thing about driving.
Yeah, no one else can drive. I'll drive you over there.
Okay. All right. Then, yeah. I mean, I think that's all I need. I've got my tools in my breakaway pants and my starter jacket. No, sorry. I don't have a starter jacket. I forgot. I have my flannel on.
So you guys have been sitting there drinking. I think the waitress comes back with a platter of drinks and is like, "Oh, hon, your second round's here," and then kind of like drops it down, just like you ordered.
Did we order a second round?
I didn't order this.
Oh, okay. And she kind of like takes off and goes back.
Can, I don't know, an alertness to like, look who would be watching us, who sent us another plate of drinks?
Yeah, everybody give me a human.
Oh, God. Fail.
Fail.
You gain no information, so.
Is my...
That was weird.
Yeah, is my Lone Star open?
Yeah.
It's sealed?
Yeah, because it's a twist off.
My 1.5 was truly all I wanted. And as I say that, I pick up what she brought and I pour it into a flask because I'm not going to waste it.
Right.
And then I stick it in my pocket and then I'm off.
Yeah, I down my Lone Star, like,
Pretty quick.
Truman doesn't touch it.
Yeah.
He just stares and is like,
Confused.
Yeah. I'm like, you don't have to drink it.
but she brought it.
Do you want me to drink it?
Yeah.
I just smack it off the table onto the floor while you guys are arguing.
I catch it as it falls and I drink it.
Damn, that's
I
cool.
roll impressed.
Just catches it.
Critically pass.
I put both down. I'm like, all right, we're gonna go to the registrar's office, I guess, right? As we're
a
like,
little lower risk. to go
Bacon
there.
and eggs. What are you guys doing? What's the game plan? How are you guys pulling up? What car are you taking? How does this work?
so I'm driving the Kia Sportage. Is that what we decided it was?
It's an Isuzu Rodeo.
Oh, Zuzu Rodeo. Okay,
Kia
just
Sportage. Okay.
so we pull up. I'm driving again, as always. As we get close, I think I probably turn off the light, and I'm like, all right, FP, you seem to, kind of have some amount of knowledge with this. What was your...
Drop me off at the closest building that's currently open, either dorms or library. Probably library, because
Yeah. I
think
buckloads of
library.
college students are there late.
Okay,
Yep.
we'll
So
drop you
me
off
off-
there. Can you do this? Do you need any help?
No.
Okay,
I
we'll
got
keep
it.
We'll keep an eye out.
Okay, so can I give you like a description?
Yeah.
So pulling up to the campus, you can see that it's ringed by a thick forest of pine trees that span around the whole campus. There's only one road in, and it comes from the south. It takes like half a mile to get to the campus proper, which is all built around one giant building. It looks like an original brick structure, and that the campus grew like around that structure. So behind this, you can see that the pine trees actually extend into campus and cut the whole thing into halves. The campus proper is on the south side, then the large lake and the mansions on the north side. Connecting the south and north, there is one two-way road. All in all, someone spent a lot of time and money to isolate the campus proper, and especially the homes in the lake that's further back.
Okay, I think as we're driving in, I'm like, all right, FP, like, what do you need from us? Like, you seem to have a good idea of what you want to do. So, like, tell us what you need from us and we will do it.
Truman, you just stay here and you guys maybe just park in wherever Thad you think you have the best vantage.
Point. All right, where's the... I, like, kind of look to see, like, where is the entrance that you plan on going into?
Yeah, and then I want to know where you guys want to kind of park the car, I think, or where you guys want to end up posting up and stuff. And that's Whatever you want to do is fine, but just tell me because I have some things that I want to happen.
Can I do a quick glance for security cameras?
Yeah, that's totally fine. What do you want to use for that?
Probably criminology.
I think so, because I think you're casing the joint is kind of my imagination.
Effectively, yes.
Yes, so roll criminology. Go ahead, Pat.
It's 49 on a 60.
Great.
We're just gonna park or pull in somewhere like non-conspicuous that's close to where we want to go. So
Probably right
'cause,
by the library, so I can
Yeah, I bet
see the front of that.
The library has like a parking lot
Yeah.
that you could probably sit
Because
in.
it's a tiny college. It's not like I'm parking on city streets. Can I roll like luck or something to have walkie-talkies? Or would we just have
I think
walkie-talkies?
you need to have walkie-talkies.
Okay.
So here's what I'll tell you. From your success driving in regards to the looking for cameras and stuff, there are no cameras. Like
That's all I need to know.
Yeah, what I would say is that you're casing the joint, and by casing it, you're seeing that like they basically only rely on the fact that they're like a secluded college nobody gives a shit about, right? So
Yeah.
they've like secluded themselves with these trees, and that's about it. It's not like they're like high on security kind of stuff.
Yeah. So we park between the library and the place,
Yep.
and I just walk out. I don't try to be sneaky. I just kind of like get out of the car at a normal speed, walk at a normal speed.
Okay.
Not trying to be weird about it, because essentially I've done enough of this shit that it's like, if you try to be sneaky, someone's going to notice. If
Right.
you go too fast, someone's going to notice. I'm literally just walking like I'm going to take a shit in a toilet somewhere.
Can you give me a power roll immediately walking out of the car?
I'm probably past. I had an 8.
I cannot imagine your powers somehow.
Lower than
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, you immediately feel like you are being watched. Like
Okay.
that there are eyes on you. It's hard to explain though, because you're looking around and there's not people out. The library is open. The lights are on in the library, but it doesn't feel like that. But it's not like you see people there, but there is that instant feeling of being like watched that you can't put on. And I would say that even without giving me any type of role, you don't see anybody out and about that would explain that.
I feel like I'm the sort of guy that I've just been in so many shit situations that it's like, if I have an intuition like that, I'm just going to treat it as though I see someone watching me.
I think your sense would probably be either getting back in the car or going towards where you're going to go.
Okay. Then in that case, my inclination to just like roll with things and pretend like I don't know I'm being watched
Sure.
and proceed with business as usual is probably what's going to override. What do I need to do?
No, you don't have to do anything. I think you just have a sense that you were feeling like you were being watched.
Okay, so can I do this? I just like walk towards the records building, and then when I kind of get up to the door, I assume it's sort of like standard college building stuff where it's like there's maybe some columns, or like it's not just like an exposed door. There's like some kind of
Columns, and then like a big ass door
Something,
that's
yeah.
like, like a larger size.
They're definitely like double doors.
Yeah.
That are unnecessarily large. So when I'm standing there, do I still get the sense that I'm being watched?
The minute that you kind of get under the pillars of the front of the building, that feeling kind of goes away.
Do we want to not hear this?
Yeah, I guess this is a good time to bring up that we were playing a closed game where when players have different scenes by themselves or in pairs or whatever, we have the other players leave or put their fingers in their ears or go have a cigarette outside. Just kidding, we don't smoke. Yeah, it's the hairs on the back of your neck are standing up.
Yeah. And there's essentially, it's like, I know that they watched me to the point that there's nowhere else I could have gone. So they know where I am effectively.
And I'm going to be honest with you, you're not even really sure if that's a real feeling, right? Like, it's not like you are absolutely sure that somebody has something going on, but
Yeah.
you now, a sense that you did not have, 10 minutes ago is there.
What do I have on me? Like, do I have like,
What'd you bring?
I'm thinking like sort of burglar's tools.
Yeah,
So
sure.
like, probably, like lockpick, maybe like screwdriver.
Yeah.
To like force stuff if I need to. Flashlight. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. That's probably about all I brought.
That sounds good.
Okay. So what I want to do is, are the doors open?
Yeah, so I think what happens is that the front doors are open, but they open up into like what would be, so like Jesse Hall. I think Jesse Hall is probably locked, but it would be like as if Jesse Hall, that front hall where you have like the front person, as if that was a closed chamber so that you could get in there, because I think, you know, if like it's raining or something like that, they want to allow people in, but then it closes off to the rest of the building.
Yeah. The big like sort of cross section where it's like you walk in and there's like a sort of a cross. It's like you come in one way or this way, and then these go off to offices. But
yeah, but like there's that middle space where you can be in, and it's like open, but the rest
all
of the
other offices are locked.
Are closed, right? To get into the rest of the building will probably take some amount of whatever.
So probably what I do is I just walk in and I do an alertness roll as I walk in. Okay. That's a fails. I'm pretty sure 73.
Okay.
Yeah, 50. So I fail that one regardless of whatever I saw as I walked in. My plan was to just walk straight through as though I'm like cutting through, because like I'm not interested in what's in here. I'm just interested in not being outside.
And once you get inside the building, there's no sense of being watched at all.
Do I see where the like enrollment office or like whatever the fuck
you could easily figure that.
is?
Yeah, like registrar office very easily.
All right,
and like
sweet.
the everything's like dark behind that. It's like everybody's locked up and gone home basically.
Okay. So at this point I'm pretty anxious because I feel like I'm being watched, which makes me nervous, but I know that time's
Of the essence,
pressing. Yeah. What side is the registrar's office on, and what's on the opposite side?
And I would say so east is like where administrative stuff is, and west is where like classes and stuff are.
So to the direction of the classes, I take, like I walk 15, 20, 30 feet down that hall. I bust out some windows and like, I don't know, throw some shit around a little bit. And then I go back to the registrar's office and I want to pick the lock.
Okay. Actually, doesn't Big Snake have craft locksmith?
I guess criminology and locksmith are both 60 and I rolled a 45.
Nice.
So
okay.
that's a pass on either one.
Yep.
Okay.
So you pick the lock.
Yeah. So essentially I bust stuff in the opposite direction and then I sneak into this office.
So, okay, you get into the office and there is the registrar's office is probably like 4 or 5 rooms of stuff. So there's like a front where people, like one room is the largest room and it's got where like people sit and wait. There's like a conference room where they have people, and there's like 2 or 3 other rooms, one of which is like, the registrar or like the dean of blah, blah, blah is there. And then there's like probably a records room.
I'm just going to grab all the records of anyone who signed up for his class.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to trust that Fruman can figure out if there's any correlations.
Yeah. That sounds good. So you're just grabbing a bunch of records.
Yep.
Everybody who's been in his class.
Yep.
It's going to take you, 20 minutes, because I think what's going to happen is you're going to have to go through the registrar's records, like what classes he teaches, and then
rifle through
some file cabinets, and then you can get kind of a list of students who have been in his class.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do? Actually, fuck it. Give me your criminology. I know it's the same as locksmith, but give me your criminology.
Yeah. 19 on a 60.
There's a bunch of there's like reams of these like fucking records, right? So you've gone through, you went through and you found where it was the records for what teacher was teaching what classes and where, and you cross-reference, and it takes you like 5 minutes to do that. You get to the reams of actual student information. You have the student information. What I think you're going to notice, there are 2 records splayed out on the desk of whoever the front person is for this stuff. The archiving and whatever. And it's going to grab your eye that they look like they've been opened and like leafed through in a way that draws your eye to them. The records are for a Carlos Ramirez and a Derek Johnson. What draws your attention to them is the fact that they look to be still open on the desk of this person. The rest of the room is very tidy, and it looks like these 2 were like hastily thrown on the desk. It just seems very out of place to you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with that sort of information or that like gestalt of like there's something weird about these. I mean, I know that in terms of doing crimes like this, quick in, quick out. That's like the name of the game, no matter what. So I don't dick around with looking at them. I'm just like, these strike me as odd. So I grabbed those. I've got all the records that I want as far as students taking Egon's class. Is there a window on a side of the building that is close to where we parked, but not particularly conspicuous?
Roll me a luck and let's see. What's your luck?
65. Yeah, no, I got 72.
No, there's no window that you could get out of that would be close. Yeah, the side of that building just does not have like a bunch of, like outward facing windows.
I imagine, like many doors in schools, it's a door with like a window in the top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I want to kind of like try to look out that window, even if it's like sort of like fogged glass or whatever, and kind of listen. Do I hear anything out in the main hall?
Give me your alertness again.
That's a 6. I'm probably
no,
past.
There's nothing out there at all.
Okay. Yep. So then I'm just going to go out that way and like just beeline to the door that I came in with my records. And then I want to head back to the rodeo.
Anything else you want to do as you kind of beeline back?
I've still got this chip on my shoulder about like, what the fuck was that feeling when I walked in? Like someone was watching me. And probably what I do is as I'm walking back, I just like hold up a giant middle finger.
I like that as you run back towards the car. What we'll do is I'm going to bring them back. I'm going to pee really quick and then I'm going to bring them back and they're going to get like 15 minutes of stuff. So if you want to headphones off, cool.
Okay, so we're outside.
So you guys are outside. You see.
I'm in the car. I'm looking. Oh, yeah. I'm smoking like a chimney at all times.
Can we smoke in the house?
No.
You guys see FP take off towards the building. He stops, though, looks for a second around.
I'm like, what the hell?
Confusedly.
I'm like, oh, God. He's on drugs. Okay.
And then he runs into the building and he disappears and some stuff happens.
Okay.
What's your guys' plan? You're sitting outside or you're sitting in the car outside
I'm
the
planning
library.
on literally sitting there and keeping an eye
Do
out.
either of you leave the car?
I do not. If you want to, you can.
So we're kind of in front of the library.
Yep.
I probably will like hop out and like amble about the parking lot. Like kind of maybe do like a lap of the parking lot just to be like.
Can you give me a power roll?
Oh,
You're like skulking
he
around a
stays
little
in
bit.
the car actually.
No, it's much better if you guys do stuff.
Despite an excellent power, that is a fail. 83 on a 75.
Okay.
If I have I probably have the window down and I'm smoking out the window. Do I need? Is that
No.
okay?
No. So you're smoking out the window. What do? You just like take a walk around?
Yeah, like this is like a new place. And so like we're sitting there, kind of watch him do his thing. Like he seems in the building. And so like now like walking on like the curb tops. Fruman like has his like shitty black Dockers and his like black Doc Martens or whatever. And like he's just like walking on like the curb, like the raised curb
like
around
Okay.
the parking lot is sort of like making a lap. And he's like looking at like the comings and goings of the students at the library and sort of like architecture and sort of the building style and sort of just like taking in the surroundings. And
Yeah, I think, failing that, I think not much happens. What you see is like, this is all like pretty modern architecture. It's stuff that's been built with newer money, I think is probably what you see. The library looks recently renovated. There's not really students going in and out, but there's lights on for sure. And there's maybe like one or two students kind of coming in out of the parking lot. You're able to kind of hang out and do stuff. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're waiting?
I'm just kind of scanning back and forth. I'm looking for like campus security, any type of alarm that I see. Like if I notice, anything that looks like someone is going after FP.
Can you guys both give me a luck roll as you're doing this?
Sure. 33 on a 69.
33?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
it's a critical fail. I got 100 on a 65.
Seriously? Okay.
And I critically succeeded.
Love that.
33 on a 69.
Okay, hold on. Let me take a second to think about what that
I think
means.
I should win out
There's
because
gonna be-
mine is 69.
No, two things are going to happen. But I love the fact that no, that's not true. You did not get a 69. Your number
But my
is 69.
luck is 69.
I know.
It just is a number that we all love and know.
So right now you're kind of like walking on the
curb.
curb. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're like maybe like 10 feet from the car or 15 feet from the car. I think what's going to happen with a critical success and a critical failure, a university like police, whatever is going to come up. You guys are in the library parking lot. You're fucking around on one side. You guys can't see that it's there because it's like dark out. And then all of a sudden the lights flare up. I think what happens is it pulls up right next to your car and with you driving. And I think you have this like 40-year-old, 50-year-old guy with a mustache, very pudgy. And he's like, "Oi, what are you doing here? What's going? You look a little too old to be on campus."
My son, he had to go in and grab something from the library. He doesn't drive. He's too anxious. You know how kids are these days. And I'm just sitting here waiting for him.
Okay.
Is there a problem? Do you need me to move? Is this a timed parking
How
space?
long do you think you're going to be here? Your son's...
I don't know. He's going in to grab something. Who knows? You know how teenagers are. It could take 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I couldn't even tell you. Hopefully not that long. I would like to get home. I would like to go to bed.
All right. He kind of starts driving forward. You can see that he like looks at your tags.
Yeah.
What happens to you is that once that car is gone, can you take your headphones off and put your fingers in your... As the lights flare on the like security cop car, what does Fruman do when the lights go whoop, whoop, and turn on?
Freezes. He's just like, oh, fuck. And then just like stands there, sort of lurchy. He's like, do I go over there? And like, he's trying to figure out, it's like, if I go over there and try to like talk or do anything, it's like, am I going to make things worse? But he also realizes like, oh, I'm also the academic who like would have a reason to be here. So he's like trying to weigh that. But I think that in his head, that transitions to doing nothing because he's like,
I think that's all happening southeast of you. And then, north is where the full campus is and there's trees to the west of everything. You immediately hear, though, the sound of like a young adult man or like call out and say, help, from the opposite direction.
So from the north?
Yeah, from like northwest. So like because you guys are in that library that's in the southwest corner, and you guys are in the front of that. And I think where you're hearing that from is north to maybe a little northwest.
And the voice sounds human and sort of like help and...
Yep. And can you give me a power roll?
That's past 70 out of 75.
Nice. You are immediately assaulted with... Do you know that feeling when you like swallow water down the wrong... It's not even down the wrong pipe, but it like goes in your nose. The like burning sensation in the back of your throat. You're like immediately assaulted with that.
Like intranasal GERD?
Yeah. It's like intranasal GERD. That's exactly right.
Do I feel like does this voice sound panicked or anything? Or is this
horrifically panicked?
Sherman probably is investigating that then.
Okay.
Like cautiously.
What you see out in it's dark because that area does not have a lot. I mean, the place is not meant to be like lit up at night at all, right? Kind of like I told you, there's no cameras, like security cameras or anything.
Yeah.
So to get out there, you just be walking into the dark area that's like wooded trees that kind of come around and then go towards where that like lake area is, I think.
I mean, if I don't have a flashlight and it like, if that's what it looks like, I'm going to like go back to the car and like grab a flashlight. And then at that point, like maybe
yeah, that sounds great.
Grab Thaddeus. I mean, like I would sort of like investigate like initially, but if like that is sort of the description that I met with, I'm gonna be like, this is unhelpful if I can't see anything.
What I imagine is you were like walking on like sidewalk or like the curb area lit by the actual library lights. And then when that car came in, it's like lighting stuff up and you're seeing like as it like goes, like the blue light or whatever, you're just seeing out into like a grassy area with trees in the background and it's being lit up and it's being lit up. You know what, fuck it. Can you give me a sandy roll or a grip roll?
I can.
A gripple?
A gripple. That's a critical fail.
No. Really? Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. What'd you get?
An 88 on a 75.
Okay,
This has
love
been
that.
like a real,
Yeah, love that.
like a real fucking thing here recently that I have just garbage rolls now for several sessions.
So can I tell you what happens?
Sure.
So the light of the cop or the security guard, like that blue kind of light, is like moving, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like circular, like whoosh, whoosh. And you're looking out and you heard that gurgling noise. You got that sense of water in your mouth. There's like a whoosh, and you see like the trees outlined in like a blue light. And then there's a whoosh, and the thing you see is an adult male out on the ground, absolutely soaked in water, missing his arms and legs, almost as if he's like a slithering snake coming at you. And there's a whoosh, whoosh, and you see it's a little bit closer, and then a whoosh, the blue light, and then nothing's there. It's almost like it slowed down, right? And then now it's sped back up, and there's just nothing out there. So it's a sand loss. So give me a 1d4 on that.
Excellent. 4. I mean, it's a critical or critical fail, so like it probably should have just been.
Probably should have just been a 4.
Huh. Well, that's cool. Starting off.
Pretty good.
I mean, I still think I'm going to be like, ah, fuck, that sucked. And then.
Yeah, I think that's probably like, what the fuck was that? And then like, even more so, you're going to go back to
get my flashlight.
Yeah, and figure out.
Yeah.
So here's the deal.
Okay, what's happening
What
now?
I'm going to tell you is that a couple things happen all at once. The first thing that happens is that the security car pulls off and Fruman.
Security car? This is news to me.
Yeah, well, you've walked out, I think, and you're seeing that there was a security guard car with like its lights like going wow, wow, like blaring, talking to your guys' Isuzu Rodeo.
Okay.
Is the car kind of like pull off, turn its lights off as it's satisfied with talking with Thaddeus, and you're also going to see Fruman run back towards the Isuzu Rodeo.
Yeah, I'm going to act like I am
Belong
not in
there.
any way
Yeah.
associated with anything that's happening right now.
Yeah, I see Fruman running towards the car. I'm like, why the
He definitely looks freaked out, two guys, like sort of pale, but like.
I'm like, what? Fruman, what the why do you look like, what's happening? What?
There was, I heard, like, I turned around and there was the security guy talking to you, and I heard something out in the field that sounded like someone calling out for help, and I don't know, they were there and I heard them, and now they're not there, I guess.
Who, the help person or the security person?
No, the security person drove off. There was just like a person in that field, like over there.
Pointing northwest.
Calling out for help?
Yeah, and I don't know, like they were fucked in line in the field, and then...
You saw them or you just heard them?
I'm pretty sure both, but they're not there now.
Did you take some of the drugs from FP?
Fuck, no. Just let's fucking get the flashlight and we can go fucking look.
It's probably just some drunk college student. Okay.
Shadows, sure. Something.
I told them that I was someone's dad, so we need to get new plates on this car. They looked at them, but I guess they asked what I was doing here. I said that my son was inside looking for something and it was coming out, and then they took a picture of the plates.
Why didn't you just tell them that we were the lab people that were going to meet with the famous guy tomorrow?
Well, because I rolled a critical success and I thought that anything I said would work, and yet it didn't.
Huh.
All right. Do we have to go out and look at that? Can we just get out of here? How strongly do you feel about going to investigate this thing in the field?
Like, just give me 5 minutes.
All right. Well, I'll drive slow.
Like, you can drive. Can we drive that way?
Pick you up around the corner. So we go.
Yep, sounds good.
I'm making like see me like with my flashlight.
Yes.
I may be like off over to the like distance.
Tall
but-
grass, but they can see you with your flashlight. Yep.
When I walked up and heard all this, like, we need a new car, driving off-road, whatever, I wanted to look around for another vehicle, and I really wanted this truck.
Just another truck.
I rolled a 69. Can I have this truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
How come he gets whatever he wants with a critical
Babe,
success and I didn't?
I'm not. You got a very good thing happen that was,
Okay.
yes, you can have the truck, especially on a 69.
I see this truck, like, because I'm like, shit, okay, clearly some kind of security guy, like, clocked our vehicle. That vehicle's fucked. We can't use it anymore. I look around and I'm like, damn, this thing is sweet. I need to track Truman down in a field. I'm taking this truck, and I do.
This is just like committing crimes. Like,
I mean, I think the
How many cars get stolen from college campuses?
I think the Isuzu
on the
Rodeo
regular?
was probably also a stolen. Like it was like a not. It had fake tags on it. Tags. Fake tags. It
I
had.
don't know. It's Truman's car. He lives on the up and up, I think, most of the time.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was Truman's
fair
car.
point.
Well, I'm like, sorry, Truman.
Your car's burned, bro.
Although you may have like given it or like sold it to me, and it was
I'm
like
sure it did. And it has fake tags.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So probably what I do with this truck is I just like, I don't know, whatever. I get into it somehow. Sam,
Just
you can
like
decide.
hop it in fucking hot wire.
Yeah, or no, I do the like very 90s thing where I kind of like pat around and then I pull the thing down, the sun
And
visor,
the
and I'm like,
keys.
oh shit, there's just keys up here because that's what happens in movies.
Yep. Just the spare key drops down.
And so I just start it
Yeah.
up.
Although I guess I may just keep the car I have and I just park it at. I'm like, I'll just leave this at the hotel and we'll just use this other one and Truman can
Yeah.
have his car back, whatever.
And so then I basically I just kind of like start the car up and then I sit there and I kind of like flip through some of the records I have nonchalantly. I'm not even necessarily looking at them. I'm keeping an eye on Truman, but I don't want to get close to him while he's going out in the field to do this thing.
Yeah, I'm driving. I'm like driving as though I'm leaving the campus, but very slowly. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on him, but I'm like, if someone comes up, that's what I would say.
Truman, can you give me a search?
God damn it.
What do you have?
I rolled a 77 on a 40. Jimmy, out of my last 4 rolls, 3 of them have been critical failures. Unless I was rolling intelligence for triangulating where I think this body was now that I have my light and having turned back around, because if that was the case, then it's a critical success.
Yeah. Actually, I like that a lot.
Retcon.
Retcon. Can you roll me an intelligence, please?
Hey, I got a 77.
Weird. You were walking in this field and like kind of like moving with your flashlight, right? Like back and forth. To your left, there is a large bed of trees that like marks where this college is. And then to your right is the large building that we just saw FP break into. There is the car behind you with its headlights like bouncing as it kind of like is trying to follow you somewhat. You are walking, your flashlight is pointed downwards and you trip. You feel like you almost sprain your ankle, but you don't. And you pop back up. And what did you trip over? You tripped over a piece of plastic. It's about the size of a driver's license. It has a picture that you don't recognize of a younger man. It looks like the ID of somebody who went to the college whose name is Matthew Harrow.
Say it again, Matthew what?
Harrow, Harrow.
Was this student ID bad?
Yep, student ID badge.
It's just the badge, or there's a person.
No, just a badge laying out in the field.
Is this name familiar to us at all? If we were like watching the news and like all that sort of stuff.
Yes. It would be familiar because one of the people that have been referenced in all of this is a Dr. Harrow, who is the dean of the whole operation. He's like the dean of the school. So he is Matthew Harrow III. I don't know if you guys would know that, but that's fine. But Dr. Harrow has been mentioned as the dean who has like overseen a lot of,
The
you know,
dean
it's like the
has
bullshit
overseen.
where it's like the person who's shaking hands and being like,
Yes, we've always been very interested in research and as such.
but you recognize him from those QuickTime videos. Definitely somebody that's been like interviewed or like talked to or whatever.
And just like looking around, there's like, is there, I don't know, like plants are broken to like,
That looks like
Demonstrate
a
a struggle
body
or-
was there
yeah.
or something. People.
Oh no! Not only is there not anything there, it looks totally unperturbed, and this ID is wet.
From dew
Like water?
or-
No, it's dry out, but it's like so sopping wet. It's on a lanyard that says "Go Bulls," which is their. It's like "Go Bulls."
Goal bowls?
Goal Bulls.
It says
Goal
Goebbels?
Bulls?
It says Goebbels.
It says Joseph Goebbels.
oh God.
Jeez.
Joseph Goebbels is their
Exactly
mascot.
one official session into our Delta Green, and Nazis come up. Great.
No, it has like a lanyard with like the
mascot.
"Let's go Bulls" or whatever it is. Oh, Joe Goebbels. Yeah, it looks like a modern lanyard. Like,
All right, I just pocket it.
it's not ancient.
It's a modern lanyard.
Pocket the ID and
Go to the
go to
Care.
the car.
The cure.
all
There's
right.
just this second truck. I'm like, the fuck?
I'm like, just get in the
Just-
car. I'm like, FP, just come on, get in the car.
God damn it.
And
I'll follow behind you.
I think we just go to the hotel.
He's at this truck.
I
I mean-
see him like wave out the window like this. He's like,
Wait, we're gonna see if we can break into the lab
oh
as
yeah.
well.
I guess I'm like, okay, here's the deal.
Or we just
They've clocked my plates. Do you want to run into the lab now? How fast do you think you can do it?
I mean, I guess we can just, I don't know.
Or if you want to do it, jump into old dummy's car behind me. I'll ditch this car and come find you guys.
Let's we're supposed to meet at his office, which is in the lab building, I guess.
Do you need it to be in secret to get information from the lab, or can you just go talk to people? What are you looking for?
I don't know. Just they know that we're coming tomorrow, so just like making sure like they don't try to that they're not like hiding shit.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we can go tonight.
Yeah.
That guy kind of seemed incompetent. So if I,
It's getting late. I mean, they know we're coming. Worst comes to worst, I'll just sort of wander off and pilfer whatever you want tomorrow.
well, I think we're looking for like a trained eye to look at the lab, FP. You don't exactly have a trained eye.
Is it a drug lab?
It is not it's not a meth lab.
Oh,
not a
okay.
meth
Yeah,
lab.
fair enough. If it were, I would have the trained eye, but if it's some
you know
other
what, let's
kind
just-
of bullshit lab, I don't.
I'm going to drop you off. I'm going to have FP sit here and I'll kind of just lay low.
I mean, if you need me to stay up and watch, I can take a bump. I can take a bump and watch.
Sure.
Let's just call it a day.
Okay, I'll rest. No bump.
There's been enough stuff.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go back to the hotel.
Okay.
Hotel motel.
Holiday Inn.
When you guys pull into the like front little check-in area that you like walk through to get to your guys' rooms, on the TV there is breaking news APB, and it says that there is somebody on campus breaking into things, and they are driving a Subaru Outback, and it has plates totally different from yours.
What?
That's why I said that he was incompetent. I'm like, okay, well, FP, you stole that car for no reason. I guess good job. You get to fucking keep it at this point. We'll find some new
Yeah,
plates
man.
for it.
This truck is badass. Did you see Back to the Future? This is the same truck that's in Back to the Future. I'm Marty fucking McFly. Hey, Biff. Clean my tires.
There is no Biff to
we
respond.
both just look at you like,
What?
All right, yeah. I wanted to live the dream. I don't have much
Wait.
anymore.
What happened with you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
we get back. I'm like, yeah, no, you got a bunch of records. What the fuck? Like, we have to
yeah.
talk about
well,
this. I get immediately
yeah,
suspicious. I'm like, what's he trying to hide?
No, all right. When you start accusing me of trying to hide stuff, I just start being like, I put my hands up and like, I'm not hiding anything. I like start taking off my shirt, taking off my pants, taking
I'm like,
off
no,
my
snap
underwear.
those back up. Snap those back up.
I'm clean. I'm clean.
I'm like, don't take off the breakaway pants. I believe you. Okay.
And I'm like, I hold them up and like, I start showing you the buttons and I'm like, you want me to snap all these back on? Like what?
However many you feel is appropriate in this situation.
3.
It's a net negative time investment. How does nobody know this?
I do 1 immediately in my crotch and then 2 on the sides.
Did you notice anything when you went in there? What did you find?
Yeah, so I got all these records, which seem fairly standard. Truman, here, you are like a records guy, so maybe you can look through these. Then also, as I was walking out, there were these 2 records that seemed kind of out of place. I don't know, they just struck me as odd. There's a guy named Carlos Ramirez and another guy named Derek Johnson. And I didn't really have time to look at them, but I don't know. There was a desk that was super tidy, and then these 2 records just strewn out across them. So it was weird because like everything's in place except for Derek Johnson and Carlos Ramirez. So I just kind of scooped that up, and I was afraid of getting caught because I just had this weird sort of seventh sense kind of thing that someone was watching me.
Sixth sense.
I'm pretty sure it's 7th. At any rate,
FP, it's sixth sense.
I mean, you've already got 6 senses, right? Like,
No.
Wait. So you got these 2 records?
yeah. I got like this whole stack of all the people that are in Egon's class, the Ghostbuster kids, and then I also got Carlos Ramirez and Derek Johnson, which is weird, right? Because like I went to school with a guy named Derek Johnson. It's probably not the same one.
But it stuck out to you because it was on the desk, not because it's the same name as someone you went to school with, right?
Yeah, that's a coincidence.
Okay.
That guy lived back in Missouri, which is like
Yeah, I know where Missouri is.
5,000 miles from here? So Carlos Ramirez and Derek Johnson were laying out, like conspicuously laying out. I mean, look, dude, I've done a bunch of B&Es and
That's not surprising to me in any way. Okay.
yeah, I mean, that's why you guys brought me along, right? Like, that's what I bring to the table.
All right.
Absolutely not.
Wait, what? I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
You can't break. You're bad at breaking into places.
Yes, I mean, yes, you have some skills that we don't have. Oh my God.
You are so conspicuous. Come on. We have to have someone that's inconspicuous.
Yeah, that's fine, but it could be anyone, not him.
Fits the bill, and he has drugs.
Yeah, I mean, I know a couple guys named Bill, and I have drugs, so.
Damn, this fucking guy.
All right, let's look at Carlos and Derek's files. Let's look at the files.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not great at records review. That's what you brainiacs are for.
I'm not. We all have our place, and I am not the place of either of those. I somehow have not been abused this entire time.
I am not German, and I'm not a wordophile, but my Gestalt feeling is that these records are important for some reason.
It's almost like you had a seizure there and just said things that were beyond your mental capacity. As I'm reading these, what is the appropriate interpretation of these records, Samuel?
Yep. So,
bureaucracy.
Yeah. Why don't you give me?
I'm gonna roll a criminology. See if these kids are dealing drugs on the side.
Give me a bureaucracy to make it quicker.
32 on a 50.
Nice. Okay, so I think you quickly roll through. Do you want to look through? You're look through all the records, both the 2 that he grabbed and then all the rest to try to find pattern stuff, or what are you doing?
I mean, I'm probably gonna I guess just what are these? Like, are they employee files? Are they student files? Like with records? I'd probably start with the ones that he was like, these seem interesting, and then we're out, and so I'll probably start there.
So the Carlos and Derek records, they look at 2 young men who had been at least a couple years at the university coming on to their senior year. They weren't particularly like academic, young men. Their records are filled with like middling grades, getting in trouble with kind of campus security quite a bit. There's a mention of a 3rd person in all of these campus security records, which is a Matthew Harrow.
That's the dean.
The 4th.
Oh.
That you would recognize from the
badge.
Both those boys are missing.
But Matthew Harrow the 4th is.
You don't have records from Harrow the 4th.
But we have his badge.
You have his badge.
Okay.
Do we know when they went missing?
It looks like they went missing in the last month.
And is there anything else in these, like in their backstories, like their parents or where they're from, or?
They are both people who, kids that got brought in because of how they were underserved, they were underserved. Nobody gave them enough alcohol. They were poor.
They were sitting at the bar for like 20 minutes and just no one
gave them any alcohol.
Disadvantaged.
Rolls. Grip. No, they were poor teens.
Disadvantaged. Is that a better word?
Sure, whatever. They did not come from a lot of money, both of these teens.
Okay. And they went missing in the last month.
Yeah.
Anything specific about what they were getting in trouble about?
It seemed to be pretty normal stuff. Having a beer on campus, shooting off fireworks, like nothing super crazy.
And what were they studying?
Carlos was studying biology and Derek was studying political science.
Ugh.
Yeah, they suck.
I mean, what do
But
you
all
what
teens
does one do with a poli-sci degree?
What the hell? So we got these kind of like
Changes the world.
shitty ass students who seem to not belong even at this shit college, but they're tied in with Martin. What the hell is that guy's
Matthew
name?
Harrow.
Matthew Harrow.
Quar.
Yeah.
Quar.
Okay, I mean, like, sure. So we got all these names. What the hell does that have to do with the Ghostbuster?
Give me a second. Let me look through the rest of the records.
Ghostbusters.
Egon.
Oh, is that out yet?
We continue to talk and I'm flipping through the rest of the records. I'm definitely looking like just strictly for patterns, but like if I see like, okay, those two are missing, I picked up the idea. And so like I can sort of infer that like maybe he is also missing or like dropped it or has something to do with the other disappearances or something. Or like why that badge would be where I found it is like really coincidental. And so I guess probably like looking for any other students who like disappeared or stopped like coming to class abruptly before like finishing a degree. Probably looking at people who did not, grow up with a silver spoon in their mouth and sort of like seeing like, oh, this person was disadvantaged. Did they finish their degree? Where are they? That sort of thing.
So you look through like a shit ton of these records, and this includes records that date back like a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Because you stole like a bunch of the fucking records.
Good job, FP.
I mean, I just emptied the drawer.
There are two people, true. There are two people who did not graduate, who were under Dr. Springfield or another Dr. Chandler. But it's not that they didn't graduate. It's just that their records end. There's an Alex Torres and a Jenna Nguyen.
Like when Nguyen?
Yeah, and the records just end like somewhere between sophomore and junior year. The time period is like right around a decade ago.
What's the timeline for Rick Springfield to come to the university?
Egon
Dr.
Springfield and Dr. Springfield.
Raymond
Chandler, Dr. Chandler. Both have been here for like 20 years. So these weren't like right when they came or anything.
Fruitman is racking his brain, thinking about like all the papers he's read and sort of like all of the news things. Is Dr. Chandler, does his name ring a bell at all?
No. I would make the argument that no, you have no idea who Chandler is.
Yeah, right. Guys, so there's like another pattern of like a couple students that didn't appear to come from super rich families that went missing almost exactly 10 years ago, sort of exactly like Carlos and Dimitri. Alex Torres and Jenna Nguyen. Yeah, just their records stop all of a sudden and it's really weird.
What year was that?
1988.
So 1988. We need
What's
to
the
look
last
at.
thing on the records?
The last thing on the records would be like maybe for Alex Torres, it's like a parking ticket, like midway through his junior year. And then for Jenna Nguyen, it's like at the beginning of her senior year, she had like won like some small art award for something. And so like
So
that
nothing
got played.
remarkable.
No, but what I will tell you is that it's like it ends mid thing.
Semester. or
Right,
something.
like mid, like randomly, it's like all of a sudden it gets cut off.
We need to look at who was the dean at that time and what happened with the
Sure.
other heroes.
Sure. Does it look like are there records missing? Like
Yeah, does it look like it's,
something's
like,
cut off in the
scrubbed?
middle of a sentence and like you're missing pages? Or
Does
is
it
like
say page 12 out of 24 and the last 12 are
Yeah.
missing?
and then is it that or is it just like
It looks like that they were doing the normal things. They had like advisor meetings and like this is where their career was going, and then you got this parking ticket and then it just like stops and then that's it. It does not look like you're missing information per se.
Just abruptly
It just
stop.
abruptly stops. Like the records are extensive. It's like if you did this, if you did that. You're a member of this group. You even like paying for like staying in the like dorms and stuff like that. But these just stop at like an abrupt place.
well, and if I know one thing is that every university that I've ever attended has some sort of uncanny ability to continue to find me.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah,
despite
in the
fact
mail.
that we move a fuck ton.
Dear
Across the
alumni,
fucking world.
would you
Yeah.
consider donating too?
So I'm assuming that like all of the records like continue to compile information on these people like in perpetuity. Like this person graduated 10 years ago and now they work for this institution and blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. And when you look through all of the other records, there's still that stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
it's keeping.
That is
like,
strange. Okay.
Are you guys doing this in the car?
No, we're back at the hotel.
Hotel motel.
Holiday
Day
Inn.
in.
I mean, what the fuck does one do with a poli-sci degree?
Changes the world.
It's like the sociology degree of our parents' age.
Yeah. Yeah, but the problem is that a bunch of poli-sci people now like have packed the court with things that we like. You go on and get a law degree, and then you become Trump's.
Fluffer?
Trump's it's a very clear pathway between poli-sci degree, Trump's fluffer.
I just remember Stormy Daniels calling his dick a toadstool. Like,
Ugh.
and I'm just like, damn, there's like, you can be called like shrimp dick and like a bunch of other things, but it just be like toadstool.
Toadstool?
Like, in like the comical like
not good.
Mario sort of like world, it's an insult. What like the
Little-
Yeah.
sort of like biological world, it's an insult. Like it's just like it really that gets to the core. Like
There's no
It really
world
does.
where it's good.
No.
You're never like happy that your penis is called a toadstool. I don't have a situation.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.